What's up, internet? Face this Samurai here. New vlog today. We are August 29th, 2023. Less than 3 small days, or short days I should say, before the big one, Starfield, the God Howard production, because Todd Howard is a freaking god. So this game is gonna be the next coming of Christ. I mean, lots of leaks online. I don't know if I really want to talk about those too much, because I don't know who's watching and whether or not they really want to hear about all that stuff. Some people complaining or about the size of the planets and stuff like that, or whatever. Basically, I guess it's just like FUD for now. Like, I'm not gonna listen too much about all that stuff. You know, most people that are playing it are legit, are saying that the game's great, and I can't wait to see the reviews on August 31st, just before the game is actually playable. But I mean, the hype is through the freaking roof, honestly. Like, just think that's all I think about right now. Like, every day I'm just like, I just want to go back to sleep and like, can just the days just go on like faster, so I can just play some Starfield. And I actually like fucked up, because I actually planned something this weekend, completely forgetting that Starfield was coming out. Like, and I planned that like a few months ago, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm trying to find a way around it, but I might not be able to, or at least I'm gonna make some people really disappointed if I don't go. I'm just trying to see if I can do it as fast as possible, so I can just go back home and play some more Starfield when the time comes, you know. And I'm still deciding whether I feel like I want to make some videos or stream maybe, or you know, so I might do it on my PC. We'll see. The game looks pretty good on Xbox, to be honest. Like, I mean, I don't mind 30 FPS as long as it's stable. Some games look good on 30, some don't. According to people, this one looks good. So, and I like playing on my OLED, you know, on the big TV with the sound system. So we'll see. But I have a pretty decent PC, so I might just play on PC, at least for that frame rate, you know. Depending on how the gameplay is, you know, like that's the main thing. Some games, it just don't feel good no matter what at 30 FPS. So sometimes it's just better to get that fluidity, you know. Like, I mean, I know it's not a competitive shooter, don't get me wrong, but still, depending on the difficulty level, like it might just feel right playing with mouse and keyboard and on the PC. So we'll see. But I mean, even Todd Howard was saying he actually had a good time playing on the Series S, so it might actually be a pretty decent game. I mean, from what I read, the game's releasing like a version 1.6 or something like that. And there's already patch notes online to what's like fixes for like a quick resume and stuff like that. So it seems like it's pretty polished. I mean, they took that extra year, right? They took the extra year to really put the time on the game to make sure that it's like the best it can be, right? I mean, this is a pretty big release for Xbox. I mean, I'm a big Xbox fan, like don't get me wrong, you know, like that's where I spend most of my time in their ecosystem, you know, whether it's on PC, on the Xbox itself, or on the cloud when I'm on the go. That's where I like to play my games, and I really enjoy the way they do things, especially with Game Pass. You know, it saves me like a crazy amount of money. But I mean, they've had some big hits, I think, in the previous years. But I mean, it seems everyone has their eyes on that one, especially with their Redfall fiasco. And I mean, it's Bethesda. I mean, I trust them. I mean, they've never really. The only time I guess a game was somewhat disappointing to me from them was Fallout 76, and even that was fixed over the years, because I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in that game. So I mean, while it was somewhat bad at launch, they quickly fixed it, I think, and well, quickly, I guess a good year at least. But with Starfield, it seems like they actually took that year as development time, just to make sure that by the time it was releasing, it was already all fixed, all good, highly polished. Like, I have like Tears of the Kingdom vibes, you know, like where the studio said that they actually took that extra year just to polish a game. It feels like this is what Starfield needed, and this is what Microsoft gave Todd Howard and his team. Like, you know, they gave him the time to really make sure, you know what, we don't want to fuck this up. This is an important release for our ecosystem, for our console, and we want to make sure that people get the best experience possible. And they gave them the money. They said, take your time, and that's what that's. You know, sometimes people argue and they say like, I don't believe it, but you listen to all the studio heads that from the studios that Microsoft bought, and it seems like all of them, including like Tim Schafer and the likes, they all say the same thing. You know, it's like, you need time, you need money. Here it is. You know, just do it. You know, just take your time. Just make sure we have a highly polished product. You know, and while there was like a misstep with Redfall, it seems like that's one out of like dozens. You know, where it's like it's the only one that we know of that they kind of messed up, I guess, a bit. Like the other ones, they're all like good so far. There's no reason to really panic, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be, you know, game of the generation. Well, it's hard to say. It's kind of early for that, but I mean, and we did get like a Baldur's Gate 3 not long ago, you know. But I mean, this is a Bethesda title. It's already like what, #1 I think on the most like pre-orders like online, like on Steam and the like. So this game is awaited by a lot of people. So obviously, being a big title, now being an exclusive to the Microsoft ecosystem, people are gonna be like anal about it. You know, some people are just mad, I guess. But I mean, play it on PC, play it on Xbox, play it on the cloud, whatever. Play it wherever you can. This is a game that you have to experience, right? I think. And you know, I know most people that are gamers around me are talking about it. A lot of people are pissed that they don't own the system where it's coming out on. And I mean, PC gaming has gotten really expensive the last few years. You know, I still run a 3080, which is still pretty good, I guess. It's not that bad. It's not that old, you know. And my wife has a 6700 XT, but it's like new games coming out are like still pretty demanding, especially if you want to play at high res with all the effects on it. That's the thing, you know, when you're playing on PC, it's like first reflex, you know, you just go on and you just like put everything like to the max and you just hope it's gonna run well, you know. At least that's how I do it. It's because I want to have I want to have the eye candy, right? That's what you're putting thousands of dollars up front is for the eye candy. And so right now my PC has mostly become a esports, you know, like Fortnite and Overwatch platform for me, because that's where I feel like those games like feel the best, you know, because it's playing at 240 hertz when you have the display for it. It's so freaking good, you know. It feels like awesome, basically. So I mean, it's like you can't really tell, because once you go past 120, I feel like you can't really tell the difference on the display itself. But when you play, you feel it for some reason. It's like it's weird. It's hard to explain, you know. So I don't know if I'll be able to run Starfield at that high of a frame rate. I somehow doubt it, considering it's first person, like you know, like single player game. So graphically, must be pretty demanding. And Bethesda titles in general are pretty CPU intensive, you know. But we'll see. I mean, if I can hit like 120, you know, stable, I'll be pretty happy with that. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's not much to talk about right now. It's just the hype, you know. I'm just freaking excited. Just wanted to make a video about it, and I'll come back tomorrow. And I'll come back at the launch date. I don't know what time it's coming out. Actually, the game. I'll have to look that up online. Like I don't know, because sometimes depending like on how they do it, sometimes, because I usually don't do the New Zealand trick. Maybe I should, just to get like a little bit ahead, you know. But I know people like they will just like you know, like the companies, depending on like how they do it, sometimes like, okay, it's like at midnight like East Coast, or like midnight West Coast, or midnight at whatever place like in somewhere in Europe or Asia, and it's like everyone's like, it's a good global release, you know. Just not sure anymore how Microsoft treats their games. Hopefully it's like on the 31st, but like pretty late, so I have some time to play. And anyway, I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. I just want to do like a video every day until release, because I want to share my excitement with people, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm trying to populate the channel with as much stuff as possible, so you guys like have something to see, like on maybe not a daily basis, but as much as I can. And I'm working on a bunch of stuff, like the video game intros that I'm trying to compile and like just post everything I can. Something I don't know why it's not on the internet, so I was just like, maybe I should do something like that, you know, to make it like easily available. Like I know some people like to watch those, like, and I know some of the early consoles are like average, but like when you get to like the Super Nintendo, or especially N64 and the like era, you know, like that generation and up, some of them are pretty elaborate. So there's some pretty decent ones that have some nice music and stuff. So once I get there, things might get more interesting for you guys. At least I hope some of you guys enjoy it, because it's taking me like forever to record everything, but I think it's worth it. I mean, we need to have that stuff like archived somewhere, you know, so I'll take on the task of doing it. And that's all for me. So again, like I said, subscribe, share, you know, watch my videos, and keep on logging to the YouTube and following me as much as you can, so that hopefully this channel can grow and I have like a reason to keep making content for it. And with that, I'm out. Have a good one.